Although the desire to kick the crap out of someone at all costs is absolutely nothing good, it's hard to imagine the GTA series without it.
Shut up,
This theme drives the storyline great, and without it, you could say that it would be a bit boring. Welcome to the Gaming Investigators channel, in another episode where we take a look at all the bad deeds that the antagonists of various parts of GTA have gone to. At the same time, we'll try to select the worst one for whom there are no things he would not do to achieve his goal. In the beginning, a quick piece of information about the fact that, for this video, we have selected only a few antagonists who, in our opinion, have done the most harm, and it is from among them that we will choose the winner of this infamous list. In the meantime, we're moving on to the first antagonist on our list, which will be Dimitri Rascalov. Dimitri Rascalov is definitely number one when it comes to making Nico's life hell. At every turn, the man tried to lead to Nico's death, often doing it in the least expected moments. Dimitri had no restraints. After Nico was completely useless to Rascalov, the Russian decided to set a trap for him in the docks, from which the main character of the game barely escaped with his life.
What happened? I nearly drowned.
My heart is bleeding.
I did my best! I didn't fuck up!
Not long after the Bellic cousins wanted to forget what had happened in Hove Beach and start over, Dimitri quickly reminded the boys that he would do anything to make it difficult for them.
Holy fuck, it's fucking burning! The whole place! I've got to go in! I've got to get something!
Leave it, cousin. This place is gone.
I've got nothing left! Not my home, not my business, nothing! I took it all!
I'm sorry, Roman. I'm really sorry, but we have to go.
When the Bellic cousins also somehow got up after that and slowly began to go straight, Rascalov strikes again. Well, Johnny Klebitz's girlfriend, Ashley, has owned Dimitri big time, so Rascalov decided to forgive her in exchange for Johnny kidnapping Roman Bellic.
The name of the man we want is Roman Bellic.
Yeah.
He runs a cab business, but hangs around some backroom gambling place on Dillon Street in Shutler.
I got it.
And that's how Roman is kidnapped and then brutally tortured. A text message sent by Dimitri, along with a photo of Nico's cousin, is supposed to lure him straight into a trap, from which, fortunately, Nico and Roman come out unscathed.
Nico, please help me!
You are Nico Bellic.
Thank you, cousin! You saved my life!
We should get out of here.
As if that wasn't enough, if Nico chooses the ending that involves making a deal with Dimitri to obtain heroin for Jimmy, then Dimitri will once again try to turn the life of the main character of GTA 4 into hell, and this time successfully. Roman Bellic will die just after the end of the wedding ceremony.
Alright, yes, okay.
Nico Bellic.
Yes?
Okay, thank you.
Gift from Dimitri Rascalov.
Oh my God!
Frank Tenpenny. Tenpenny had a great hatred for Carl Johnson from the very beginning. To this day, it's not known what resulted from it, because theoretically, CJ was no different from any other thug from Los Santos. Looking at the episode about Brian Johnson, it's possible that Frank Tenpenny had his fingers in that unlucky event, but he wanted CJ to die, not Brian. As we mentioned in the episode devoted to this topic, Eddie Pulaski mentioned that Big Smoke has been doing what the crash unit tells him for a long time. So who knows if CJ's friend tried to get rid of him many years ago. It only got worse after Brian died. Sweet was still adamantly opposed to entering the drug market, which Tenpenny did not like. The man repeatedly helped the Ballas to get Sweet, who stood in the way of the whole action. Funny enough, Officer Tenpenny even decided to use Big Smoke, who was supposed to make sure that Sweet was at his mother's house at the time of the hit. In the end, it didn't go well for Tenpenny and Big Smoke, and Sweet survived the attack on Grove Street without a single wound. However, that didn't stop Tenpenny from continuing to try what we witnessed in the mission, the Green Saber. Furthermore, Tenpenny implemented his principle of intimidate those who intimidate the others in an exemplary manner. The man actually killed two birds with one stone. First, he forced Hernandez to murder Officer Penderbury, and then he wanted to frame CJ for it.
Well, what do we got here?
This is a weapon, Officer Pulaski, that was used to gun down a police officer not 10 minutes ago. Officer Pendlebury, a fine man, I might add.
Therefore, the main character was forced to perform a lot of tasks for the Crash Squad, which meant that Tenpenny could finally sleep peacefully. Many good people died in these tasks, who stood behind the justice system and who wanted to find out the truth at all costs so that people who committed crimes would eventually end up behind bars. Sonny Forelli. In 1971, Sonny Forelli, the boss of the Forelli crime family, fearing for his position, decided to send Vercetti to Harwood, straight into a trap set by hitmen hired by himself. Tommy Vercetti luckily dealt with the hitmen, but was eventually arrested by the LCPD services. Vercetti faced a very long sentence. Admittedly, there was an option where Sonny Forelli could use his connections and try to make Tommy's release from prison a reality at some point. However, as we remember, Sonny put a cross on Tommy and did nothing to get him out of prison. Only later did it become clear why.
You took 15 years from me, Sonny, and now I'm gonna make you pay.
You still don't get it, do you? I own you, Tommy. Those 15 years were mine to spend.
What's more, after Tommy's time in prison, Sonny decided to continue to pretend to be his friend and send him to Vice City as a sort of introduction to start earning money from drug trafficking on the southeast coast of the United States. When the deal failed, Sonny Forelli demanded that Tommy recover the stolen money and drugs without really giving him any support. When Tommy, in turn, got back on his feet and built his criminal group, Sonny went to Vice City to try to take it all away from him. Catalina. In the case of Catalina, her determination to get Claude wasn't that great. Well, maybe it was because the woman shot the main character during a bank heist and thought he was dead.
Sorry, babe. I'm an ambitious girl. You're just small time.
This theory, however, makes little sense, as during the game's intro, the Liberty Street newspaper mentions Claude's conviction, making it clear that he survived. What's more, soon after that, the streets of the city were loud about Claude, so it was hard not to notice that the protagonist of GTA 3 survived the gunshot and is doing quite well. Either way, the woman initially somehow didn't know that Claude was still alive. Everything changed only during the Grand Theft Auto mission, where the two had a confrontation, from which Catalina, sacrificing Miguel, her business partner, came out unscathed.
Pouring your heart out into the gutter!
Hey, don't shoot, amigo. No problem. We all friends? Here,
Don't be such
take
a
this.
pussy!
Hey, we got no choice, baby. Yeah.
We always got a choice, you dumb bastard!
I'm sorry about the crazy bitch, man. They're all the same, please. Por favor.
After this incident, Catalina constantly tried to kill her ex-boyfriend. This was demonstrated, among others, during the bait mission for Asuka Kassen, where Claude learns that Catalina has organized 3 death squads to track down the protagonist. As if that wasn't enough, the woman learns that Claude has started working for the Uptown Yardies, which is an ally of the Colombian cartel. So Catalina orders King Courtney to betray Claude in a completely unusual way, which is sending him to a dark alley where stoned guys with explosives attached to them are waiting for him. And we can't forget that Catalina also kidnapped Maria Latour, who meant something to the main character of GTA 3. Jerry Martinez. Sergeant Martinez was a lot like Frank Tenpenny at times. At least, in a way, the man was even likable at first. His nonchalance was almost comical.
Vic Vance reporting for duty, sir!
Relax. Are you well?
Yes, thank you, Sergeant.
Good. In here, you can call me Jerry.
Okay.
Okay, Jerry, huh?
Jerry regularly snorted lines of cocaine and watched porn movies on the military base. All in all, when we look at it at first, it's hard to believe that he would be able to do anything to anyone.
I don't trust you, Martinez.
Hey, that is not an appropriate way to speak to a superior officer. Now get on with it, come on. Oh, hey, and tell Mary I love her.
Fucking idiot.
Oh.
However, as it turned out, Jerry is a man without any scruples. Very quickly, he involved Victor Vance in his dirty business, who went to the army to earn a decent amount of money to help his sick brother, Pete. Such a narrative did not move Martinez at all. The man ordered Victor to pick up a drug package and leave it in his barracks. It wasn't long before things got even more interesting, as Vic was asked to pick up one of the prostitutes, whom he would in turn take straight to the barracks so that Martinez could have some fun. To make matters worse, Victor Vance was caught doing all this and was promptly fired from the military.
Corporal Vance, would you care to explain why there's marijuana hidden under your bed? And who the Sam Hill is this?
Hey, buddy. Listen, I charge more for groups.
You brought a whore onto the base? Have you no shame, boy? Are you a moron? Is that it? Drugs, whores, you're out of here, soldier.
With nowhere to go, Vic eventually decided to go down a criminal path, all because of Martinez. Sergeant Martinez, for some reason, continued to make life difficult for Vic. For instance, during the Marked Men mission, the two-faced Martinez asked Phil Cassidy and Victor to check a warehouse in Little Haiti to see if anyone had stolen Martinez's merchandise. After arriving at the place, it turned out that it was an ambush set by Martinez's hired men.
Who the hell are these guys? Hey, fellas, Martinez...
Yeah, Martinez said bye-bye.
Hot damn! Play fair, fellas. What about the damn Geneva Convention?
However, the darkest and most depressing moment in the game is when Martinez decides to kidnap Victor's beloved, Louise Williams, as retaliation. A woman is kidnapped and then severely beaten. Worst of all, Martinez convinced the Mendez brothers to turn against the Vance brothers, as a consequence of which, it is the Mendez brothers who finish off Louise. Considering that Louise had a small child, the whole thing is really sad. While all of the characters listed today have done a lot of bad things and have not hesitated to kill just to get their way, we think two characters stand out the most. These are Frank Tenpenny and Dimitri Rascalov. If we had to choose one of them, it would be Dimitri. We think so because both he and Tenpenny did equally mean things, but Dimitri didn't even think about it when it came to killing the most important man in his own life, Mikhail Faustin. Dimitri is a ruthless monster, and one thing needs to be made clear. He will stop at nothing. And who do you think is the worst antagonist in the GTA series? Be sure to let us know about it in the comments. In the context of this episode, we recommend you watch a video about who is the best businessman among the parts of GTA belonging to the 3D universe. In the meantime, thanks for watching, take care, and see you soon.